All right, guys, welcome back to season 3, episode 18 of the Browns Place podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Ryan.
All right, let's get right into it. The only thing I saw NFL was I saw something about the Raiders saying that QB1 is going to be Kirk Cousins and they plan on sitting Mendoza for a year.
I mean, honestly, it's probably better for Mendoza. Because, what are you going to compete? No. What are the Raiders going to do this year? Nothing.
Yeah, just let them sit and learn for the year. And, well, I mean, it's probably not going to be a full year because Kirk Cousins is going to do what Kirk Cousins does. So about game 4 or 5, then you'll probably send Mendoza anyway, right? Or if, Cousins get hurt. So, yeah. So that's the only thing I saw NFL-wise. Did you have anything NFL?
I'm still hearing murmurs that Aaron Donald's coming back.
I haven't heard anything recently.
Nothing official. So. I saw a tweet that just about said Aaron Donald was running around the Rams facility and stuff like that.
Dude,
I think it's about to happen.
If he comes back, I mean, what is? Oh, is that team number 1? I mean, is that team favored then if he comes back?
How do you not favor them? Dude?
I mean, because they were pretty good last year, right?
Yeah, they were the second best team in the league. To be fair. So,
and they weren't right. I mean, it wasn't like it was a far from 1 and 2. It was like 1A, 1A-B type of deal. So,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know.
So we'll see.
Anything else? Well, that's bad news for you, but
yeah.
But it's bad news for the rest of us too. But
yeah.
Anyways. All right. What else? Anything else, NFL?
No, I haven't seen anything.
All right. Let's get into some FIFA. Dude,
buddy.
all right, so I have some complaints about FIFA. Okay. Let's talk about this game first, and then we'll voice my complaints. And part of it is because of it is not knowing the game, or I don't know, maybe new to it, so to speak. But I got some comments. But go ahead. Let's talk about the game.
We should preface
Argentina and Spain.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Okay.
Argentina and Spain.
Are they the 2 best teams?
No, I don't think so. But they deserve to be there. I think the 2 best teams was probably Spain and France. I really believe that. Those are the 2 best teams. Argentina have kind of floated by, well, you could get into the controversy of it all. But there's been some late game heroics for just about every single major Argentina game. Spain have done what they've done. They've basically dominated the whole tournament. You can't get the ball off them. You can't score on them. They're great. Very reminiscent of their 2010 team.
Well, that's what I saw today. Spain, that ball was on Spain's side, offensive side, for a majority of the time.
Get it off them, dude.
Good God. I mean, I thought it was almost, 5-on-1 type of deal for as much as that ball was over to that on that side. It was just like, what is Argentina doing? So anyways, I didn't know Spain was that good defensively. But then Argentina having no shots on goal, that's tough to win a game. I mean, whether it be hockey or, whatever, basketball or, you got to have some shots on goal to win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way around it.
Yeah, but dude, this is Spain. They dominate you in the midfield. They dominate with their back line. And you can't get the ball. You cannot touch the ball.
You can't. I mean, you got Messi. You can't get 2 shots on goal from Messi. I mean,
but but Messi. It's not like Messi when he was against England, where England just backpedaled, covered their goal, and just prayed that they could win. And then Messi just had free reign to just whip the ball in. Spain knew better. Spain knew you can't do that. Spain knows who Messi is because he played there for 20 years or whatever. So Spain knows who Messi is. And with that midfield, they made sure that Messi couldn't even get the ball. They prevented him from getting the ball. They made sure nobody could get the ball. And even if they gave away the ball, they swarmed to make sure they would get the ball back. It was utter dominance. And the fact that it even went to 120 was shocking. And you could, again, argue that it shouldn't have. But, yeah, it was just Spain all the way.
All right, so here's my problem with it. And this guy kind of goes, I think I've watched I've watched two full soccer games this year, or during the FIFA. That
Yeah.
was when the U.S. lost. Again, I don't think there was any shots on goal, and that was just horrible. And then
Yeah.
this finals, where again no shots on goal. To me, a 0-1 game is just oh, I was struggling to stay awake. I mean,
It's
if you guys are soccer fans, I would probably say, okay, it's like a, no hitter or a pitcher's duel or something like that. I get that. But I mean, there's some people that don't like pitcher's duels because it's boring, right? And there's no action. I'd rather have a 6-4, scoring fest or something like that. But I mean, 0-1, and it's just balls going back and forth. And then you got people flopping all over the place. And it's just like,
yeah.
I don't understand the whole flopping thing. I know, people get kicked, okay, but I mean, I don't know. The two games I saw a lot of flopping, and I saw a lot of, I don't want to say fake injuries, but questionable injuries,
Yeah, the
let's
gamesmanship's
say.
just part of the game now,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because it does suck, for sure.
Okay.
But for a
And again,
casual,
this for me being a new viewer, I'm just,
yeah,
watching these two games that I saw. It was just like, holy shit,
yeah, the
this
gamesmanship's
sucks.
it's all throughout the world. It's every game. It's all the time. Yeah, that there's no escaping that. That does suck. I agree with you. But yeah, like you said, the 1-0 is like a no hitter, or it's like a 1-0 game, or it's like, you know, it's like that. And it's just, if you're a casual fan, it's not entertaining.
No,
And
because
even
I mean, what brought all fans back to baseball? It was home runs, it was
right,
scoring, it was chicks dig the long ball. I
yeah,
mean, but a one zip soccer game for 125 minutes, good God, that's time
yeah.
I'm never gonna get back.
No, yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, if you enjoy the sport, if you enjoy the game, then you enjoyed that. But it was, I mean, in comparison to what we had 4 years ago when it was France and Argentina, and they were just going blow for blow, and two heavyweights, yeah, it's not going to match that.
And see,
So
maybe that's what I thought it was. I thought it was just, I've always thought soccer was more high scoring, more opportunities, just more, goals, more shots on goals. It just wasn't a defensive fest or whatever. I always thought soccer was just, more action, so to speak.
yeah,
You know,
no,
I want to see shots on goal. I want to
yeah,
see, 10 shots from this team, 10 shots from that team. It's like, you know,
and
but
those games are great, and they happen. They happen throughout this World Cup plenty of times. But this game, yeah, was not that game. Was a polar opposite of it. Just was
yeah.
sheer dominance. It was complete dominance by one team, and it shouldn't have even been 1-0. It shouldn't have even gone to extra time. Um, yeah, and it doesn't help too that Argentina were down a guy. Anytime a team is down a guy, they never get the ball, and then it's really becomes defensive. So yeah.
But why were they down a guy?
Because homie came crashing in and tackled a guy for a clear
Yeah.
yellow. So you get two yellows and a red card in a World Cup final, and that's one of your best players too. It's going to break your heart. So, but I mean, they were in it until the end. Really, they were still in it. The game wasn't over. They just for 119 minutes could not touch the ball. It
Yeah,
was
but I
pretty
mean, if you're not going
remarkable.
to get offensive shots, you got to hope your goalie kicks it from their end down to the other end and goes in or something. I mean,
Yeah,
if you can't get any shots on goal, so yeah. So I don't know. So what do you
there you
think
go.
overall? Overall, the whole
Overall,
thing.
it was sick. I mean, it was
Yeah.
another the World Cup's always just the best. So much fun. The tournament's great. I know everybody was complaining about the expanded format, but like we got the expanded format. We had teams in there like Cape Verde was in there going blow to blow with Argentina. Nobody even knows where that is, where that country is. And they're going toe to toe with Argentina, the reigning champs, with probably what was the game of the tournament. With this expanded format, we had so many better games and more entertainment. It was fun. So now they're talking about expanding even more. I don't know. I mean, I guess it contradicts what I just said, but yeah. So I think it was overall a success. I think it was big time for the countries involved, big time for probably America that was involved, so big time for them. Like, it was fun. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know like the cities that hosted, the tournaments. I mean,
Right.
revenue was off the charts. Visitors were off the charts. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Jam packed. Yeah.
there's a lot of people wearing soccer jerseys all over the place. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. I mean, if it's a good event, then I guess it's good. I mean, I don't, and this is every 4 years.
Every 4 years for World Cup. Yep.
So I don't know why I've never, I don't know, I've never got onto it. So
It's the best.
but yeah, I'm okay with waiting another 4 years to see a one zip soccer game though.
I mean, you wait another 4 years, though, it's going to be different. We won't have Messi, no Ronaldo, no Modric.
Yeah,
We're going to have a lot
all
of
those
guys.
guys, right? Yeah.
Your legends that we've leaned on for 20 years, they're all going to be gone. So, but we have a whole new generation of incredible players still that are.
Well, who's the big blonde? Was he not Hungarian?
Erling
but
Haaland.
Yeah, Holland.
Yeah,
Like
from Norway.
7 foot something or whatever. Just,
yeah, he's 6'5", and he's just
Yeah.
a monster. Just the
looks-
Terminator.
Looks
So-
like what's the guy? The Thor, I guess. Right?
He does
Is
look
that
like
the-
Thor. He looks
yeah.
like Thor. He looks
Yeah.
like Dolph
Yeah.
Lundgren from Rocky if he cuts his hair. Like he's all that.
And
So
I
he's
didn't
the
realize
Terminator.
Messi was that short. Messi looks pretty short. I mean,
Yeah,
out
dude, he's
there.
only 5'5".
So what's he compared to Holland?
A foot
then?
shorter.
Yeah.
He's literally a foot shorter.
Good God.
But
So
you know,
no,
glory
I
of the
think he
game,
was
though.
like I think he was like top 5 in for soccer for wealth, that Holland guy. So I mean,
yeah.
he's a big
But I
big
mean,
boy.
but like before this World Cup, this is one of the best strikers in the world. Like he didn't need the World Cup to prove that. Like he's been one of the best strikers in the world for
I never
years
heard of
now.
him before.
Exactly.
Before the World
Like
Cup,
nobody ever heard
so-
of him, and nobody even ever seen Norway in a World
Yeah.
Cup before because they never qualified really. So yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. How do you qualify? What do you have to do to qualify? Because like
play-
Italy doesn't qualify. They didn't qualify.
no,
get
and that's
in,
like one of those
right?
big upsets. They haven't qualified now for the last 2.
But how do these other little countries that you've never heard of or barely have a speck on a globe or is probably not even on some globes get in and they qualify?
It's all based off of like matches that you play beforehand for European qualify or World Cup qualifiers. There's like kind of a tournament, sort of, so to
Okay.
say. That's like World Cup qualifiers, where like you'll always see all of your big countries for the most part, and it's based off also the amount of points that you accumulate internationally. So like number one country going into it, I think was Argentina or France, one of those two. So they accumulate the most amount of points. They won their qualifiers. They did what they needed to do in their qualifying matches and stuff like that. So that's how these little countries get in. It's not necessarily like France is going to go and face Haiti, and Haiti has to win that in order to qualify necessarily. Like it's going to be fairly even in terms of where you are in the world and as a country for your competition. So that's how Cape Verde gets in, and that's how like Norway gets in and all this kind of stuff. And that's how teams like Italy, who was a powerhouse for decades, doesn't get in because they stunk it up during their qualifier. It's how teams like US didn't get in 2 World Cups ago because they stunk it up and didn't do well in their qualifiers. So that's kind of how it goes. It's kind of like a tournament before the tournament.
And how long is the qualifier? I mean, is
Years.
that like a?
It goes
so
for
that's
2.
going- so
it
it's
goes
going,
2 years before I believe the World Cup starts. Yeah.
So like in 2 years you'll start doing the qualifier, and 2 years after that will be the next World Cup.
Yeah, but mind you, there's tournaments outside of this. So there's like the Euros, there's Copa America, there's CONCACAF, where how you perform in those contribute to your international points.
So you get points on those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Argentina always win their Copa America, or always up there for winning their Copa America. Spain won the Euros, the most recent Euros 2 years ago. So they get in. It's pretty much like an auto quali for the World Cup. Like you're going to get
So
in.
you can win those, but then stink up the qualifier and still get in.
You
right?
win those, and you basically don't do your qualifier.
Oh, you don't
You're
even
pretty
do
much
the
done.
qualifier.
Yeah, you don't need to
Gotcha.
worry about it. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Like you can
Okay.
rest, and you don't have to run your guys or anything like that. Yeah. Versus
but
like
you have-
Italy didn't
you-
qualify for their Euros 2 years ago.
But you have 2 years to rest. You really need. I mean, how?
Yeah, but remember
qual-
they play basically year round.
Okay.
You know, so like they're still playing for their club and they're playing other matches and all this stuff like that. So that's kind of why you don't like Messi's not playing a qualifier really, or if he does, he plays for like a half.
So how do you rate this versus Olympics?
It's always better than Olympics.
Bigger than Olympics.
Yeah, because like you know, Olympics is great. We watch track, we watch swimming, we probably watch basketball depending on who's playing.
But isn't there Olympic soccer? Don't they?
There
have
is,
soccer?
but it's not nearly the level. They don't really play it. The men don't really play it. The women play it. The men don't really play it because it's not taken that serious. Like it was all reserves. All the stars didn't play in it. Yeah.
Really? Okay, so this is their version of the Olympics then. So
this is just it's worldly known that this is so much bigger than the Olympic Games.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. All right. Well, good. And then when do the women do? The women do alternate, so they do. So if it's 4, then
no, the women are in 2028. They have their World Cup in 2028.
So it's just like the Olympics, where it's it's alternate. Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, good. All right. Anything else, FIFA?
No, that's pretty much it.
I just need some more goals, man. I gotta stay. I want to stay awake, but I want to watch some goals.
You're a goal guy, dude. But yeah, I mean, what's crazy is one more like month and a half, teams start reporting for the season. Season starts back up for clubs. So you don't get a break. You know, I'll be there, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Soccer's done. What about the Open? Let's talk about the Open and some controversy with the Open. But let's talk about good first with the Open.
I mean, dude, we got Foxy out here storming. Some guy, I never really heard of him before. I don't think anybody else has heard of him. He comes storming out, Ryan Fox out here.
Oh, dude, Ryan Fox
like a robot. Yeah. I know he's been around a while, but like I never seen him do anything. I never saw him do anything, at least.
He's had some wins, but I mean, he doesn't win a ton. No, I mean,
not the Open, you know.
Oh, no, definitely not that. Yeah,
he comes.
This has got to be his first major, right?
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely. It has to be. I've never seen him, him winning another major. Comes out stealing a major from Cam Young, from Sam Burns, from Scotty, Tommy Fleetwood, who was dialed in pretty much the whole weekend.
Yeah, Tommy top 4. I mean,
you know, and
it
like
was
Herbert was up there.
Tommy was a quiet top 4 though. Like I didn't really hear his name mentioned that much, really. But I mean,
well, I think because it got overshadowed by nonsense.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
we'll talk about that.
Shout out Ryan Fox, guy who I'm pretty confident when I say this. Granted, I haven't done a lot of research. I'm almost 1,000% sure the man has never won a major before. Ryan Fox goes in here marching down on the last 3 holes, goes birdie par birdie to seal the deal, and he's moving like a robot for a chance to win the Claret Jug. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. So shout out Ryan Fox. You know, you knew your top guys were going to be in there. They were going to be flirting around. You knew Scotty was going to be around because he never isn't. But I like seeing a guy who we don't know kind of flirt in there and get up there and kind of change his whole life change. Remember like JJ Spawn last year? His whole life changed after that. So, you know, good for Ryan Fox. I think that's cool.
Well, you had like Aaron Rye win. Right?
Aaron Rye, this year. Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's great not having just, Scotty win every freaking,
Yeah, it's great watching dominance.
So,
yeah.
But no, I mean,
it's pretty cool.
Kudos. So, I mean, even Adam Scott, top 10, he's tied for 9th.
Yeah, Adam Scott played well. Brooksy played well. For the most part,
he finally made a cut.
DeChambeau finally made a cut. Yeah,
tied for 14th. Ricky Fowler tied for 14th. Chris Gotterup tied for 14th.
Yeah.
So.
And let me tell you, thank God Bryson made a cut because I was about to lay into him.
I told you he needed to
Thank
make
God.
he needed to compete. So,
But he didn't just make a cut. He was up there. Like, he played
yeah,
well.
no,
Like, he was up there.
he did well. Now, what was his final number? His final score
I
was
think it was
what?
four.
Minus
4 under.
4.
Yeah.
So if you were to take, okay, so without the penalty, say he would have been minus 6. So that would have tied for 6th
Yeah.
behind Tommy and Scotty. What did Rory do? Brooks was
I think he was 1 under.
-2. Rory was, he was tied for 4, -1.
Yeah.
So, John Rahm, even Homa,
Played well.
28, tied for 28.
Schaff, Xander played well,
Yeah, tied for 18th. Colin tied for 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so there's some big names up there, but yeah, Cam Young, I mean, his start this morning was just big.
Yeah, dude.
3 out of first 4 holes birdie. So
yeah, he just kind of becomes a robot, and he loves the Open Championship. He always plays well at links courses. Remember, like his matchup against Cam Smith, who got cut this week, by the way. Matchup against Cam Smith when he almost won that, like he was marching. So I like.
So just put this into perspective, and not that they need this money, but I mean, just for people that do need the money, or whatever. So Bryson's 2-shot penalty, which I'm sure we'll discuss, cost him roughly. So tied for 6 was $550 versus 230, so almost $300,000 for those.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Bryson's just fine. So
yeah, but I mean, you get some of these other guys that say haven't won much or whatever. Yeah, $300,000.
No,
for a penalty,
for sure.
or
any normal human being,
or
that's
missing,
a lot of money.
Missing a putt or whatever,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm surprised. Is this earnings not as much? Feels like these earnings aren't as much, because I mean, your top winner
wasn't
only
it still $20 million? Is it? Oh, I guess just under
3.2. Yeah,
just under 18 million.
So, I mean, just you look at your difference between first and second, 3.2 to 1.8. So what is that? 1.4.
Yeah.
And then second to third is 1.8 to 1.1. So you're looking at 700,000 right there. So almost $750,000 right there. Just by one shot. So you go back to thinking, if I would have just made that one putt, that's $700,000.
Dude, I don't even. It would make me sick. I could be a pro golfer.
One bad chip or just one lip out or something like that. That would just eat at me. So, so congratulations to Ryan. I was trying to see what he won recently, or what he's ever won. I know he does a lot of DP Tour stuff too.
Yeah, so, that's what I think they were. I heard something about that, but I genuinely do not remember him ever winning a major. I can't imagine he ever did. If he did, I apologize. But I mean, like, he's an older guy. He's never won a major before. He's never even placed inside the top. He placed inside the top 20 once last year at the U.S. Open. So for him, he's got 3 PGA Tour wins. For him to go storming out here like he did at 40 years old and win win the Open, good for him.
No, yeah, good for him. So, so you want to talk? All right, while we're talking about it, let's talk about it. What do you think about Bryson?
I think the call. Here's the thing. I think it's the right call, but you have to make that call for everyone. And I don't think they make that call for everyone. That's where I think it's unfair.
And this, I mean, you have some big names on his side too. I mean, Max Homa says, even Scotty just came out today saying, hey, Bryson's not a cheater. Maybe was he a little reckless with his footing? Maybe,
that's the thing. I don't think he's a cheater.
No.
But I think he was very irresponsible.
But what's the difference of Bryson doing what he did versus 10 people moving a boulder for Tiger Woods?
That's the thing. Like, it probably isn't. But that's why I'm saying, like, it needs to be consistent. But I think it's the right call. You can watch that video and clearly see he's stepping on something, stepping on that grass before, and it would have gotten in his backswing. I don't care what
But
anybody says.
how do you?
Like, it so would have, right?
But I mean,
It's still the right call.
You're talking tall fescue. How do you not step on top of tall? Like, even if it was rough, how do you not? I mean, what are you going to do if it was thick rough? You're gonna because you want to see your line of sight from behind the ball, right? So you're going to step
Step
behind to see.
around.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
like,
I
but like
just
if we know that, then why wouldn't he know that? You know? Like it was just like was silly. Like I don't think he's a cheater. I really don't. I think that's asinine to say he's a cheater. He's not. We've never really seen anything. We have, but like it wasn't that deep. He wasn't like throwing his ball up or anything like that. It wasn't that
well,
bad.
we'll go to the comparison. Scotty, I think mentioned the John Rahm at the Memorial a couple years ago with this ball in the rough where it moved. And
Right.
then he got penalized. Or even Cam Young earlier this year where
Yeah.
he was setting up for the ball and it moved.
And it moved. Yeah.
But I still don't think that those are. I mean, you put your club behind the ball, but you're not attempting to move the ball. You're not attempting to hit at it or anything. You're just setting your club down. I don't know.
The thing is like
And
I
if the
don't think
ball moves a fraction of an inch, are you telling me that fraction of an inch just helped you?
but that has nothing to do with this though. This is different for Bryson. The whole thing with Bryson was he was improving his lie, right? That's kind of the whole thing. This is like, I don't think this compares to Patrick Reed scooping sand behind his ball when he was doing his practice swing, like a few years back, and he got penalized for that. That is egregious. And that's not me just hating Patrick Reed. That is blatant.
Yeah, but you hate Patrick Reed.
I do hate Patrick Reed, and he sucked today. He sucked this weekend too. So I do hate Patrick Reed, but I don't think it's as bad as that. And I don't think, and listen, I don't like Bryson either, but I don't think it's like he was cheating. I just think it's the right call. But if you make that call, you make that call throughout, and they don't make that call throughout. So that's why I think it's nonsense.
Because they even showed a video of what's his name, who just won, Wyndham Clark.
Yeah,
he did practice swing.
Yeah,
and took a big old step and then did a practice swing. Is like, why is he not getting penalized for that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't make it consistently, and they don't put the cameras on everyone consistently, so you can't make it consistently, and so that's why it's kind of have to be like know your own stuff and your own rules and blah blah blah. I get that, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna step in and interfere during a major championship, you got to be consistent with that, and cost 2 strokes, which it didn't end up costing him the win. Obviously, you didn't have to go out and shoot a 72 today, but.
No, but I mean, he came back the next day and he shot a 68 the next day. So it wasn't like,
Yeah, but he came out after holding the tournament hostage, and he did do that. So,
but
we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't. All right, there's 2 different people on. Okay, that's the thing. So you got 2 different press conferences. You got a Rory press conference that he's starting to piss me off. Okay,
but I'll be honest.
And then you got a Scotty press conference.
Yeah, but we might agree here. Of all people, Rory McIlroy should not be the one speaking out against this. Now, Rory's never done anything where he claim he's cheating or he's egregious, but if anybody acts like a baby or a child certain times in certain moments throughout his career, it's been Rory.
Well, that's what my whole point is too. Is like you shouldn't be speaking up. You shouldn't be saying anything. I don't think. You should be taking the high road and saying, "Hey, that's what the rules officials and that's what they assessed." And unfortunately for Bryson, that's what he got. Leave it at that, or like Scotty says, we should be policing ourselves better or whatever. But I mean, I don't think you say, oh, I'm not fine to Bryson, and and he, we were all sitting in the room and we all saw it, and it's like, like you're being a little bitch tattletale and saying, oh, we called the rule officials and told them that what he did, type of deal. It's just, if you got a beef with someone, leave it out on the golf course, but don't. I don't know. He's really.
I don't mind the
beef.
I don't mind the beef.
No, I don't mind the beef either. But I don't know. If the beef is on the golf course, I'm fine with that. But
I
you
mean,
know,
it's no different than like
you know,
Brooks's beef with Bryson too, like years
yeah,
back. Like
yeah.
I don't mind the beef, and if Roy was like, yeah, look, I don't like Bryson. I didn't think it was. I do think it was probably the right call, but that's up for them. It's not mine. It has nothing to do with me. I'd be like, okay, fine, fair game. But him being like, it's performative, it's this, it's that, going on a rant about it, that's where it bothers me. So that's why I kind of need to
Yeah.
save it for the end because
Okay.
both of them are going to get brought up again.
All right.
But
So, but hopefully this didn't overshadow Ryan Fox's win, though. So, which I'm sure it
it
probably
definitely will. Because what are
I'm
we going to
sure
remember this
whatever.
tournament
Yeah,
for? Nobody's going to remember
exactly.
Ryan Fox. They'll remember
No,
that.
exactly. So, but
No offense.
all right. Anything else open wise? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got? NBA? Any NBA news? Still waiting on LeBron.
We're still waiting
Rumor
on
has it maybe 76ers?
That's really who I think he's going to go to now,
Really?
especially now.
Really?
I think it's 76ers or Cleveland. I think those are his two teams. But now, but here's the thing. Anytime Pat Riley wants something, he usually gets something. And Pat Riley's saying he wants LeBron. And if Pat
I
Riley
saw
wants
that.
LeBron with the history of LeBron and Eric Spoelstra still there, and now them having Giannis and all this stuff, and LeBron loves Miami. Miami loves LeBron. Why not go back to Miami?
But didn't Golden State just hire a coach?
They hired the Lake. No, not
What's
the
his
Lakers.
name?
I don't know, somebody. But
Yeah.
I don't think it matters, respectfully, to Warriors fans. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see why. If LeBron wants to go and compete and win, that's what he's saying, and willing to take a pay cut, why the hell would you go to Golden State? Why?
Steph and Draymond. That's it, really.
But just so you guys can sit on the injured list for half the year and hopefully make a play-in and then storm out through that?
I honestly, I don't know. I think Cleveland, if this is gonna be his last year, but that's the thing, is this gonna be his last year? We don't know, right? He hasn't said, right?
He hasn't said, but I'm just getting that feeling that it is, because I don't know why he would make a spectacle if it wasn't.
So I think he needs to decide that too and say, hey, this is going to be my last year. And then if he's going to do that, I say you bookend your career in Cleveland.
I agree. I think for legacy purposes too, go back to Cleveland.
You know, you grew up in Cleveland, you started in Cleveland, you went back to Cleveland, you won in Cleveland. Just go back and close the chapter, close the book.
I agree.
In Cleveland.
I agree. I think if he goes to the 76ers, it's a bad look. If he goes
I
to
was going to say
it's a bad look.
Yeah.
I think if he goes to Miami, it's understandable, but it's still probably a bad look because they just got Giannis and it's trying to form that super team again thing in Miami. Yeah. I agree. I think if you go anywhere, it's Cleveland.
Because I think this is where you get the older people saying that, you know, why LeBron isn't one of the greats is because he's doing a KD where he's jumping, you know, from team to team, trying to find a super team, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's just got to go to Cleveland. But, you know, that's what my thing is.
I agree.
But even 76ers, it's not like Embiid can stay on the court either.
Right? No, but Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey,
but Jaylen, yeah, those guys can. Yeah.
So,
all right. So, anything else NBA, or is that it? We're still waiting for his big announcement that. Yeah, and I was very, you know, last time he did the whole, you know, announcement thing. The decision. But I mean, this is getting just as bad now. It's like make up I think he already knows where, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
So just come out and say it. Come out and be done. And just say it now instead of just holding everyone. You know, where's he going? Where's, you know, what's going on? So
in a sense, it's holding the lead. And listen, I love LeBron. I don't want him to leave. I'd rather he go back to the Lakers, to be fair, for a minimum, for sure. But it is in a sense kind of holding the league hostage. But if anybody's allowed to do that, it's probably LeBron James. You know, listen, I give LeBron the free pass forever. everything he does from here on out. Because what more can he give? Who
I
else
just
is
wanted
deserving
to.
it?
I just want it decided and be done with.
Me too. No, me too. I
Yeah.
just will never. The decision is something that's like held against him, rightfully so, because it was asinine. But
But he's doing the same thing now.
he's really not though, because that was like, oh, let's schedule a whole TV program and segment and a whole hour out of your lives, and I'm gonna go ahead and announce that I'm forming a super team. Whereas this is like he's just not talking to anybody. He's not telling anybody anything, and I don't think that's necessarily fair, but it's his right to do. Like he can do that, you know? So it's like at the end of the day, the worst thing that we can hold against LeBron James is him taking his sweet time choosing where he's going to go next. Okay. You know?
Yeah. W or anything else NBA?
Lou Dort just got traded to the Atlanta Hawks from OKC Thunder.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a big loss. That's a big loss for the Thunder. I mean, that's them banking on Cason Wallace, which we kind of figured they were going to do. They weren't going to be able to keep Lou Dort because they want to stay under the apron and blah 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 blah, whatever. But I mean, Lou Dort was their muscle, dude. Like that was their enforcer, that was their protector, and now he goes to Atlanta, who's going to be a really tough little team. So pretty crazy. I'm glad that he's not on OKC anymore and he's on Atlanta. I don't have to face him as much. But
yeah, but OKC. I mean, you can't. You got to do something though, right? Because I mean, you didn't make it this year, and you just can't stay the same. So
yeah, but they didn't address the issue, and the issue is at the 5 because Chet can't beat Wemby.
Yeah,
he's scared of Wemby, so they didn't address that. So if you really want to do something, you had to address that, and they didn't address that. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it.
The W. What about the W? Their All-Star game or All-Star break is coming up here next week. Next weekend, I think it is.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think we got to talk about
Sandy Bordello. Or
oh yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Or what do you want to talk about? What about the Sandy Bordello thing?
Yeah. I don't even know anything about it really.
She said, I guess referring to Angel, you have to protect the species. So everyone kind of
like that mean?
Well, everyone took that as obviously a race thing. But I guess there was a thing where I guess in Europe that's what they refer to as, it's not like as, as a, race thing. But that's what it came down to, and that's
but
what,
we're all the same species.
Probably the wording is probably not the correct, if you want to use that. But I mean,
it makes an implication of something else that is race related. So yeah, that's asinine phrasing or wording.
But I mean, it's not like she doesn't have African American people on her team now or had them before, and
that doesn't
New York.
Mean anything.
So
though.
I mean, I just don't think that. I don't think she's a racist. I just think she used the wrong term, so to speak.
I'm not going to try to defend something like that when I don't know the full thing, but it's a stupid thing to say because we're human beings are all the same species, so it doesn't even make any sense.
But yeah, so Rondello's from Australia and has coached the national team since 2017. Multiple native Australians explained to ESPN that the phrase protected species has been used in Australian sports environments to express frustrations over lack of calls against player, as in player being treated or officiated differently from others.
That doesn't mean it's still not a terrible phrasing.
So, but again,
I don't care if it's common.
I don't think she was, trying to say racist comment, but I guess you could, once you put that word in it, I guess it kind of,
word in context too,
So, so she gets a 1-game suspension. Angel Reese applauds it. She says that she's grateful for the league. So blah blah blah. So what do you
It's
have
not a
for the W?
blah blah blah, but yeah.
No,
Anyways,
I mean Angel Reese's comments. Ain't just Angel Reese in general. Blah blah
yeah.
blah. That's what I mean.
Well, listen, on our last episode, I had said I don't understand why we have to keep talking about Caitlin Clark all the time because I don't see her doing anything outrageous. And then she goes and drops 45 and 10. So shout out Caitlin Clark. What the hell do I know? You know, I don't watch it. I don't run the WNBA. So let's talk about Caitlin Clark every goddamn episode for all we care. If she's going to keep dropping 45, 45 and 10, pretty outrageous. I mean, I surely don't see anybody else dropping 45 and 10 recently like that. So shout out Caitlin Clark. And
I will say, because I'm watching Fever games, I will say that I would like her not to be so demonstrative towards the refs, and I would like her to stop bitching and complaining on every call. But I also see other players doing the same thing.
WNBA
So,
and NBA, you know,
and I was going to say, I also see LeBron doing the same thing.
Luca does it all the
So
time. Yeah.
I don't know, with the eyes on the W as it is right now, and everyone's like, because there's some people that are hating on Caitlin Clark for, flopping, or complaining that she's not getting calls. But I mean, it kind of goes back to her Iowa days, where there's a video of, her dad in the stands telling her to stop it. I just think that, you know, one, your team's got to control turnovers, because you guys turn the ball over way too much.
She turns
And
the ball over too much.
I think she's averaging like 5 turnovers a
Yeah,
game.
she's
But
leading
I
the
mean,
league.
like Kelsey Mitchell had 2 back-to-back turnovers. I mean, that team is like, I get they pass the ball around a lot, but I mean, that team is good for at least 15 turnovers a game. And it's just way too many turnovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see, I don't know. I just, if you want, if she wants to have that, good girl golden image, I think she's got to do less complaining to the refs. Just play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that goes for everybody. You
But
know,
I mean, is she getting fouled? Yeah. Did she get fouled from, Stewie getting, smack her in the face? Yeah, they didn't call it. Did she get, when game against the Valkyries, when she got, kneed in the thigh and they didn't call it? Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. But
yeah. Let me be clear. I'm not a Caitlin Clark. I love Caitlin Clark. I think she's great. I think she'll go on to do great things. My whole point was, I think there's other great players that we don't talk about nearly at the same level who are just as great or doing better than her. But then, like I said, full backpedal. Like she goes and drops 45 and 10. In a nasty way. What she'd make like 6 threes or something like that,
yeah,
and
and she was efficient too.
and she was efficient, and they won the game.
Yeah.
So what the hell do I know? Let Caitlin Clark. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark every goddamn episode. If it means she's gonna drop 45 and 10, I'm down for that. I just think like she's got another great player alongside her. Kelsey Mitchell's incredible, and I think she's underrated. Nobody ever talks about her, ever.
2 back-to-back 30-point games.
Yeah, she's incredible. No, we never talk about. I think she was. I think at one point averaging more than Caitlin points per game. So it's like, we just don't talk about certain people, and that's what bothers me. Is like, why can't we talk about all these other great players in the same breath? I just don't think we do that with the in the NBA nearly to the level that we do it in Caitlin Clark. Like I think when we talk about the NBA, we're talking about Shea, Wemby, Jokic, Braun, Steph. Like we talk about those guys, right? I don't think we were ever only talking about LeBron. We were talking about Kobe and D Wade and those guys and Tim Duncan. And then later on, we were talking about Steph and KD and all those guys. Like it's just always been like a group, and we don't group anybody in the WNBA. It's like Caitlin Clark. But like, what about the greatest WNBA player, arguably, probably ever? We never group her in the same conversation. It's like we got to make sure to include her. And that's what I think is unfair. That's my whole point and my clarification.
I think it's more organizational. I think it's more because the W still isn't making money. But I mean, I don't think it's the players because I mean, there's always been great players, right?
No, I don't
Stewie's
blame
been
the
around a
players.
while.
I'm blaming.
Asia's been around a while.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been, Diana, Sue Bird, all those guys have been
No, a
around a
thousand
long
percent.
time. It's just we have we have I guess you know I was almost going to say species. We have as people just have not we haven't televised it, we haven't commercialized it,
In
we
that
haven't put it
context, you could say species, bro. We
well
are a species.
um um but I just don't think it was to the forefront where it was televised as much and is on talked about as much. I mean, until Caitlin Clark was doing her thing in Iowa, it's like I never hardly ever watched a woman's basketball game,
That's
you
what I'm
know?
saying. It's not a
And
Caitlin Clark
so,
issue, though. It's an
yeah,
us issue. Why don't we group all of these
yeah,
great players who have played before and are playing now together? Why is it only Caitlin Clark that
yeah.
we hold up, both
yeah.
negatively and
I,
positively? I don't
I can't tell.
understand that.
I can't tell you what made me switch. I mean, I just think
It's not just
watching
you;
her.
it's anybody, dude.
No, but I mean,
You know,
if it's me, then it's other people too, right?
right?
So I,
Like,
I just think the excitement of her just, scoring, 30, 40 points a game at Iowa is just brought it to the forefront. And now, I'm watching every single Fever game now, but I mean, that's just, if it's me, then it's whoever else and however other many people. But I
which
mean,
in
yeah,
retrospect, like whatever grows the game, right? Like whatever brings more attention, whatever helps, and that is probably the case. I just think it's also you can go against there's a negative side of that too, and it's like okay, yeah, whatever grows the game, but we're growing the game for one person.
well,
But
that's
like
where
what
the
about these other
animosity
great
comes
players?
from, right? And
Right.
the jealousy and everyone else. And we're not here just to watch one person. I count two type of people.
But
So,
the players don't get
um,
there's certain players who are saying that kind of shit who shouldn't be saying that kind of shit.
well,
You
yeah,
know?
because you don't hear that from Stewie. You don't hear that from Asia. You don't hear from Fee. You don't hear that from Sabrina or even Kelsey.
Yeah, it's not
So it's
them.
just
They don't say
yeah.
it.
Um, but and I think those people understand, you know, that what she's doing is good for the game because I mean, what has she done for the game? You're getting better pay, you're getting better travel, you get better food, you get better, every perk has been better since she's come in, right?
Yeah.
Whether whether you acknowledge that or not, you can't tell me 3 years ago things weren't better than they
Yeah.
are now.
Yeah.
Okay. There's shoe deals going on now. There's just, I mean, but could can you get the Candace Parkers or the Maya Moores and all those people, Lisa Leslie's, that kind of founded this and kind of brought this league up. It's a
Mhm.
30-year anniversary, right? So I
Mhm.
mean, um, but yeah, I just think some of those players know what they're doing, what she's doing, and what the focus is, and I think they acknowledge that, so they're not gonna hurt the hand that feeds you, so to speak. But
Mm.
then there's the other part that don't get it and are just jealous because
Yeah,
she's
it's an
getting the
ego
spotlight
thing.
and you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. 1000%.
so what about Olivia Munn? I think she's a clear cut rookie of the year, don't you think? I
We
mean,
don't talk about her. This is my point.
I mean,
Dude.
dude, I do. I mean, she's phenomenal. So
Dude, she's out of this world, dude. She
yeah,
looks like a 4-year, 5-year vet. Like she
yeah.
is ice cold. I love
Well,
watching
she could have
her.
came out last year, but she didn't. She's wanted to
Yeah.
stay in school one more year. So I mean, she could have came out last year.
Yeah.
So
And what she's
um,
averaging almost 20, I think, or
almost
something
20, I
like
think
that.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, she's dude.
So
And she's dude, I just love her
and
style, dude.
and
She got
and
a swagger.
that team is rolling, and that's without Fee. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna get feedback here in a couple of weeks, and then what? So I mean, that's
Yeah.
gonna make it easier for her, right?
Right.
So, um, but yeah, I think she's clear cut, and that was my whole point of I thought she should have gone one,
Yeah.
but you know, not that
I mean,
AZ
she
didn't, not that AZ didn't deserve to go one. I just thought player per player, I thought Olivia Miles and I've thought Olivia Miles for a long time, has been a great player.
Yeah,
So,
dude, she's a dog, man. And the goggles, the afro, I love it all.
dude, I
She
dig
is
it.
so
I
next
dig
level.
it.
She's
Yeah,
so
I
next level.
totally dig it. Yeah.
And I
So,
can't wait for Fee to come back, and that Minnesota team is going to terrorize people. I really
yeah.
believe it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
All right. That was W. What about you want to get in MLB? Let's go MLB. What do we got MLB action going?
Who cares, dude? I'm in. I'm in.
Well, okay.
I'm in
So
the apocalypse.
why am I hearing
So,
word about Arias getting an extension?
because Luis is open to an extension. Luis is not getting an extension, and if he does get an extension, I might just become a Dodgers fan because I
I
will
do
not
not
tolerate
want
it
to I do not want to hear extension out of that team at all
for
about any
anyone
player.
except Bryce. There's only one player who can get an extension, and it's our future, and that's it. So,
So I mean, yeah, because you just
yeah,
I keep hearing about everyone they should trade everyone, but maybe they extend Arias. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You
don't
know
know. Uh,
why?
don't know. We suck. We still suck. We sucked last time we spoke. We sucked 2 months ago. We suck now. I'm ready. I cannot wait for the full, because you know what? Our future's bright, dude. We just had the MLB draft. We drafted the two best arms in the entire draft, pretty much. And we are. They haven't updated the farm since then, the full farm rankings, but I think we were ranked like 12th or something like that pre-draft, or 8th or something like that pre-draft. I don't remember the last time our draft or our farm was ever that high. So I'm ready for a full trade. We can go ahead. We can boom it up. I think we could be a top 5 farm after this trade deadline if we do it correctly and we get rid of everybody. Everybody. Get rid of everybody. I want nobody. I don't want any of them. If we
Oh
got
yeah,
rid of
because
everybody,
you could build a pretty good farm system right now if you
we could
traded 4 people,
we
five
could build
people,
an
six
elite
people.
farm if we traded just about everybody on this
Yeah,
goddamn team. So
I don't think there's no one that should be off limits on that team.
except one. Well, there's one guy who should be off limits. We cannot trade Bryce Eldridge. That would
No,
totally
no.
derail.
Okay, I'm not counting Bryce. I'm not counting Bryce
You're talking
Aldridge for
veterans? Yeah, no.
Smith. I'm talking Arias. I'm talking Devers. I'm talking Chapman. I'm talking
Adames, Webb,
Adamas,
Lee,
Webb,
Ramos. Get rid of all of them.
and then Robbie Ray.
Oh yeah, obviously
You
gone.
know I'm talking about all those guys. But yeah, you keep Casey Smith. You keep Eldridge, and you build around that. I'd say yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
So
I think we can have a nasty
even
farm.
if you suck next year, going into next year,
Yeah.
you might suck, but I don't
Probably
know.
for the next 2 years, we'll probably suck if we go ahead and throw them all away. Regardless of whether we throw them away or not, we're going to suck for the
Well,
next
that's what I
2
was going to
years.
say, because if you stay the same, you're still going to suck next year. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're just going to suck and be older next year, and it's probably going to be worse.
So what does it matter? So you
So-
might as well give them away, pay the cash, because who cares? We're under the cap anyways. We're not getting baseball next year anyways. So you might
that's
as well
the other thing too. Right?
you might as well ship them all away. Say, hey, we'll pay this cash. Just give us your prospects for these guys, whatever. And you know what? Rafi Devers, say what you want. People were saying it's a bad contract. The guy has 20 home runs. He leads the MLB in extra base hits. He's going to hit 30 home runs again. He's going to drive in 90 to 100 RBIs again. I don't know who else. I don't know what team doesn't want a player like that. DH him, throw him at first base, whatever. He's still going to hit. So ship him away. Get rid of him. We don't need to keep all these guys as if we're trying to win now. We're not going to win. So ship them all away. We suck. But nonetheless, bright spot. We had the draft. We drafted the guy who, if the top 3 didn't get picked, this was the guy that I wanted. I wanted the pitcher. I wanted Flora. The guy is tall, lanky kid. He throws 100. He's 22. He'll be up in the big leagues in probably 2 years if he doesn't tear something. So, which will probably happen because he's a pitcher. They all do, it seems like. But regardless, hopefully it doesn't. He's from Pleasanton. I mean, we love homegrown people. He belongs on our team, and we finally get to address the pitching. And yeah, So we get the best pitcher in the whole draft, and he's going to be a stud. I'm excited for it. So I genuinely don't remember last time we had a good farm. I really don't. I don't think even when we brought up Buster and Bum
Well, yeah, I
and
was gonna
everyone,
say, what about yeah?
I don't even think we were rated as a high farm. I think they just ended up being great. So I don't know. So yeah, that's that. But the rest of the whole, like, we need to fire people, we need to cut people, we need to trade people. It's a whole mess.
And we're coming out of All-Star break, and did you watch the All-Star game?
No,
Yeah, home run derby.
no. Although I heard it was good though, but I did not watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just
I heard the format was a success. I heard like it was actually entertaining, but I didn't watch it.
So AL East, you got Tampa Bay, New York 2 games back, Boston Red Sox, who've won 13 in a row, which is probably bad for the Boston Red Sox right now because now you're hovering on
Now you're in a
what
limbo.
do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for a second there, you're like, sell. But now that you've won 13 in a row, now you're 2 games over 500. So, yeah. Baltimore 8 games back, and then Toronto 10.5.
Yeah, disaster.
Do you sell on Toronto? Do you Dylan Cease? I mean, what do you do
dude,
with
he's
that
a
team?
Cy Young candidate. You could get the world probably for him.
But I don't hear rumors about Toronto selling though. So,
me neither.
The AL Central, Chicago White Sox, Cleveland 1 game back, Minnesota 4 games back, Detroit 6.5 back, and KC 13 back. So, you got some teams that could definitely probably sell on that one. AL West, you got Texas, Seattle half game back, Houston 4, A's 8, and Angels 11.5. Okay, obviously there's one person that you could trade right now, right?
You'd think.
And NL East, you got Atlanta, Philly 3 games back, Miami 6 games back because now they're on a 6-game losing streak. Washington 8 games back, and then the Mets 16 games back. Now Mets, that whole team should be for sale.
Yeah, dude, everything.
But do you keep Soto, or do you put him on the block?
No, dude. Like if somebody's coming after me and they're saying we'll give you a top 3 prospect for one, bye, because he clearly doesn't help.
I've heard everyone's for sale except for Soto.
And I get it because Juan Soto again is probably arguably the best hitter in the league, if not, top 5, whatever. But dude, why not? You paying him $70 million to lose,
and lose badly too, right?
Yeah.
NL Central, you got Milwaukee, Chicago 6 games back, St. Louis 10 games back, Pittsburgh 10.5, and Cincinnati 16.5. What about Cincinnati? Do you Hunter Green just coming back? Do you sell? That's a young team. I don't know.
Dude. But Tito Francona might get fired.
Milwaukee coming out of the All-Star break, just 3-game sweep over Miami. So, and we took 2 out of 3 against the Twins, and we lose a game. So, but we're still projected to win like 91 to 94 games. So it's
which you will.
As bad as we are. There you go. NL West. I'm sure you don't want me to go over this. Dodgers, Arizona 12.5, San Diego 14, San Francisco 21, Colorado 24. So
yeah, I mean there are 3 teams in that division who have plenty to trade and can do so right now.
Yeah, I mean Cattell.
Cattell gone.
Cattell
gone. Eduardo Rodriguez gone. You could ship Perdomo if you really wanted to get crazy. Yeah. Gone. Like you could ship guys in Arizona, and then San Diego. Dude, who's not taking Mason Miller? And I bet you can get your prospects back.
How much are you getting? How much are you giving away for Mason Miller?
Dude, if the New York Yankees call me...
You're talking about you want to empty your farm system? That's what San Diego's going to take, is your entire farm system.
Damn straight, because they did it for him. So if New York or if Chicago comes calling For Mason Miller, you better pay up. And guess what? I do it in a heartbeat. Because if I'm going to go into the ninth inning and I know I'm going to win because I'm giving the ball to that guy, or even the eighth inning with 2 outs or no outs, because he could probably pitch 2 innings and strike out 6. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So for wild card, you got Yankees +4, Cleveland, and then Boston is in that third spot. So I mean, with that 13 game winning streak, they're in. So what do you do now? Seattle
Keep
1 game
winning, I
back, and
guess.
then Baltimore and Minnesota 2 games back.
Yeah.
NL wild card, you got Chicago +4.5, Philadelphia +3, so they're a game and a half, and then St. Louis, Miami, Pittsburgh all tied for the third spot, and Arizona half game back.
There you go.
So the problem is like Arizona. So you're only a half game out of that third spot. But I mean, that third spot on the wild card, is that worth trying to save, or is that just sell now?
First of all, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Second, you do make it, what, you just get blown out by the Dodgers?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, so, but yeah, I mean, your bottom 3 on the San Francisco, New York, and Colorado. So those 3 teams should be on the phone saying, "What do you want? Here's what we'll give you."
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, I'm not a big all-star person anymore. I used to be, but now it's just kind of, I'm not into it. So
No, I think they should scrap it. Let the guys rest. I hate him. I want nothing to do with it.
Speaking of that, letting the guys rest, Nico Horner got a good almost a week off, and he went 8 for 13 in this weekend series. So
yeah, but if there's anybody who needed a rest, dude, he was stinking it
exactly.
up.
So
yeah.
All right. What else do you have? Although the Cubs did acquire Aaron Savali from the A's.
That's not enough.
No, that's not enough. But I mean, we're going to win 91, 94 games with our pitching staff being all on the DL.
But
the only pitcher
cares?
we have is Colin Ray, who hasn't been hurt yet. So,
but who cares? Because when you get to October and you can't keep a team in the ballpark, you're screwed. Yeah. You know, that's what it comes down to.
No, I agree. What about Zach Wheeler rejects the All-Star Game invite after snubs? Not going to be a 5th option.
Good for him. I mean,
he's having a pretty good year, though.
Yeah. This has been one of the best pitchers for the last decade, and he gets snubbed. Yeah, good for him. It's the fan vote sucks, dude. I'm over it, and everything about it. So,
all right. Anything else? Did we talk Wimbledon?
Yes,
we did talk Wimbledon. Okay.
Yes. Actually, maybe we didn't talk about the actual final result. I
didn't think we did. So Yannick,
we can do it real quick. Yannick Sinner, the Terminator, wins again. Nobody can beat him unless your name's Carlos Alcaraz. That's what it comes down to. Sasha Zverev came out strong. Still is nowhere near that level, and that goes to show Sasha Zverev. And I'm the biggest Sasha Zverev hater in the world. And if you know why, you know why. But if it wasn't for a disaster at France, Sasha Zverev would still not have a single Grand Slam. But good for him. He finally beat Taylor Fritz. Anyways, so yeah, Yannick Sinner, he wins it again in 4. So another Wimbledon for Yannick. That's back to back. I mean, he's the best in the world. But that being said, Carlos is coming back. He is officially healthy. He is coming back for the U.S. Open, and now we'll really get to see who's the best. So yeah, that's it for the men's. For the women's, we had a full Czech Republic final. And it was, I think her name's Kukov, however you pronounce her name. She wins her first Grand Slam. Shout out to her. Again, kind of talking about like the Open with golf, diversity. We're seeing more champions. This is now back-to-back major champions. We see 2 different champions. So that's pretty cool.
All right. What else sports-wise? Is that it for sports?
I think that was pretty much it.
What about Conor McGregor? This kind of, I don't know if you kind of call this sports, UFC. We kind of put this in the NASCAR category, but Conor
No,
McGregor,
no, no, no.
dude, I am
UFC's a
not a
sport,
UFC fan.
yeah, but it's still like an actual sport. It's not just left turns. So, yeah, Conor McGregor did whatever he did, and that turned out actually surprisingly, it turned out worse than I could have even imagined it. I thought he was going to get stomped out by Max Holloway, and somehow he didn't even get the opportunity to get stomped out by Max Holloway. So that's pretty remarkable. Um,
But he
so shout
says
out
he's
Conor McGregor.
gonna have surgery and come back and still wants to fight.
I just don't understand why. Why?
Yeah.
For what? He's the richest MMA fighter we've ever had. He changed the whole sport, so I don't understand that.
Just,
So
just
yeah,
go away.
pretty much.
All right. Anything else sports wise? That's it.
I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Entertainment. What do we got for entertainment? The only thing I think I had was Sam Neill, actor
Yeah,
from Jurassic
dude.
Park,
Yeah,
dead
very
at
sad.
78.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't realize he was that old.
very
he
sad.
always has
Yeah.
like gray hair, but yeah. I didn't
He's
realize
had
he was
gray
that
hair
old.
for the last 60
Yeah,
years.
that's
So.
what it's like.
But no, very sad. I mean, Sam Neill was a legend. Obviously, Jurassic Park, monumental. That's probably what he's most known for. But he was in other great things. Obviously, Peaky Blinders he was in for a bit. So yeah, he was great. So that sucks.
Lindsey, what about Lindsey Graham? Senator Lindsey Graham, dead at 71.
That's right. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Don't whatever.
So, I mean, we're not getting political, but I mean, it's just it's news, right? So,
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever you thought about Lindsey Graham, I mean, he's just he's out there, always on TV, always talking. Definitely a Republican, but yeah. All right, what else? Entertainment.
Well, big movie came out this past weekend, The Odyssey. And it's already made back over 100% of its budget in just the first weekend. And that goes to show you, I mean, the movie's monumental. It's going to make $1 billion probably in the box office. And basically, they gave Chris Nolan, the director, a blank check, and he's out there delivering $1 billion movie. So, there's something to be said. Obviously, everybody loves an indie film that blows up. It's beautiful. It's great things. Obsession was made for $700,000. It made $700 million. That's incredible, or whatever, how much million. That's incredible. But also, you have a blockbuster movie. You give a blank check, and a guy goes and he delivers and gives you $1 billion movie. That's also pretty incredible too. So
Who's in this?
everybody: Matt Damon, Charlize Theron, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, John Bernthal. Pretty much everybody you could think of that's an actor is in this movie. Rob Pattinson, they're all in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, pretty remarkable. It's about, obviously, Odyssey, legend, the famous book. So, or Iliad, whatever. Yeah, big deal. Big deal.
And was it out on theater or was it?
Came out in theaters. Yeah, no, it's Christopher Nolan movie. He only sets things out in theaters.
Okay.
So that came out in theaters on Friday, well, Thursday, I guess, but Friday this past weekend, and it's already at $270 million in its opening weekend. So that's that's $250 million already in the first weekend. That movie's gonna blow up.
See, I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't know how that happens. Because it is probably the most anticipated movie that we've had in the last year. But yeah, big deal. Anybody who can go see it should go see it. It's worth it. It was a great movie. And obviously saves theaters. Anything you can do to save a theater is big time.
Well, I like Tom Cruise is the only one pretty much doing that, right?
Yeah, like Tom Cruise, Chris Nolan, like there's certain people who will not do straight to streaming, right? And those are two of those guys who basically force people to go to the movies to go see their movies, and that's a great thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, absolutely. So, all right, what else entertainment wise? Yeah, I'm looking to see if anything else.
I think that's it.
I didn't see anything else on there. Yeah, nothing of newsworthy.
Worthy of
Okay.
reporting. Yeah.
Gotta be better. What do we got for gotta be better?
I mean, obvious ones we kind of already talked about it. Rory, Bryson, both of them have to be better. Like I said, of all people, I really don't want Rory McIlroy saying people shouldn't be throwing temper tantrums when Rory McIlroy has thrown plenty of temper tantrums in his career. And I love Rory. I'm a big Rory fan. I am not a Rory hater like everyone else, but know know your place. There's no need for you to be speaking out on it. It has nothing to do with you, and you have thrown plenty of tantrums. So yeah, Rory McIlroy, Bryson, just yet again another temper tantrum. Because it was a temper tantrum, and then he did hold the tournament hostage, saying, "I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow, or maybe we will, maybe we won't." Blah blah blah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you knew he was gonna. I mean, did anyone really think that he wasn't gonna come back
Exactly. So why are you
Saturday?
saying, why are you
So I
playing that
mean,
shit? So if you don't want to do it, go
yeah.
do YouTube and shut up. It's like I don't want to hear it, you know? Um and I really have changed my tune on Bryson, but every now and then he just goes back to being a child. And it's like just go play YouTube golf with the president and shut up then if that's how you feel. Like I don't care enough about you. Um but yeah, I mean, I would love to say gotta be better, but he's just gonna keep doing this shit. So that's kind of why I give up on it. So whatever.
What about like Rory? Not even like I guess he's not enthused with the PGA schedule next year. He doesn't know if he's even going to get his, the signature series, the 14 signature series. He says he has other priorities right now. I think he wants to play more abroad. But then he says, "Hey, I'm open if Bryson wants to play the Irish Open. Have him play the Irish Open. I think it'll be good for the tournament. Um,
I don't know,
I
dude.
don't know. Rory's really starting to piss me off. It's like he won his little major thing, and now he's just like he thinks that he's bigger than everyone. You um,
Well, you
I
win a
don't know.
career
I
Grand
mean,
Slam, you kind of are bigger than everyone. So I do really do give him a pass, but he is still a diva without
but
question.
Scotty's not that way though.
Scotty
You
hasn't
know,
won a career Grand Slam.
but I mean, Scotty hasn't won a career Grand, but Scotty's won some tournaments. It's not like Scotty, hasn't
Scotty's,
won anything.
but Scotty's also thrown
So,
temper tantrums, especially recently. He's thrown tantrums, you know. But yeah, no, I agree. Like that's why I think there's definitely people who like Rory and people who don't like Rory. So like I like Rory. I think he's the best golfer of our generation. Um, I don't think there's any question about that. But he's a diva. He is a diva. He's been a diva since he was younger too. He's still a diva. And he's gonna do whatever he wants. Okay, fine, do what you want. But that being said, Rory pays. He gets penalized for it. He has to pay fines when he doesn't play those events, and he pays them. So, and I haven't
okay.
heard. I'm sure he probably has because it's Rory McIlroy, but I haven't heard him complain about having to pay those fines or say anything about like, "Oh, I got to pay that fine." Blah blah blah. Wah wah wah. Womp womp. So, whatever.
Yeah,
If you want
because
to pay your $1 million
I
fine,
mean, what's the fines? I mean, it's probably
isn't it
nothing.
like $1 million? I think it's like a big fine.
Yeah, but $1 million for those guys, is that really
I
for
think
Rory?
I
I
do
mean,
think like a million is like universally $1 million. you know. So I don't know.
all right. What else? Entertainment? Is that it?
I thought we were on Gotta Be Better.
Or gotta be better. I'm sorry, gotta be better.
That's all that I have.
Um, did you see a clip about like Bam and Tyler Hero?
I heard that they got in a fight and Bam and Tyler Hero got in a fight and like Bam hit him or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw a video of it, but I didn't know if it was like real. I mean, it looked real, but I mean, I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know. I haven't seen a video. I just heard about it. Obviously, everybody heard
oh,
about it,
yeah.
but
So, yeah, there was a video out about it, and I did see it. So I don't know if that's got to be better or not, but
it's entertainment.
it is. What else did I have for got to be better? It's just the referees and the WNBA has got to be better. I mean, it's pretty bad still. So, um, and I don't know if you got to get full time referees to where they have like a full time job and that type of deal, like all the other NBAs or all the other
NFL doesn't do
referees.
that
And
even.
no,
No.
I don't know. It's just yeah, I don't know. So, what else? ESPYS. What about anything big on the ESPYS? No. Okay. I guess I didn't have anything. I guess really. Well, I mean, the only thing I had was just like the Bryson and the um Rory thing, but you know, but I mean that whole tournament is starting. I mean, because they were warning people about throwing clubs or you know, behavior and stuff like that too. But
No.
again, I just don't understand what difference between Bryson and then Tiger. You can have 10 people move a boulder for Tiger, but it's not. No one says nothing. No one says it's cheating, right? Have you
I
ever
agree.
heard? So um,
But that
so
in the same breath, I think if somebody said, "Yeah, Tiger, we can't move that boulder," I don't think Tiger Woods would have thrown a tantrum in the same way Bryson throws a tantrum. I've never seen Tiger Woods throw a tantrum unless it's like at himself for hitting a shit shot.
true. We have a
You know.
point there. So all right, and then what else?
Well,
Go.
I was going to ask you at the ESPYS that you brought it up. They gave best single game performance to Shohei Otani's playoff performance when he had 10 Ks and hit 2 home runs. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They gave that over Bam Adebayo dropping 83 points in a single game. And I was curious, which one do you think is better?
I still think the Shohei's better.
I think so too.
Dude, to strike out that many people and I mean, because you're playing offensive and defense, and you're doing a miracle at both. Versus, I mean, okay, so I'm not saying Bam's 80 plus points were given, but I mean, I don't know. Is it easier for him to score 80 plus points than Shohei striking out 10 plus people and hitting home runs? I think
My,
that's way easier, right?
mind you, this wasn't against the Rockies. He did this in a playoff game.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I just yeah. I mean,
I agree.
I yeah. I wouldn't compare. Now, speaking of that, though, people are questioning MVP. Who's your MVP right now? Is it Shohei or is it
It's an
PCA?
asinine conversation. Respectfully, the
So,
PCA. As a PCA fan and as a Dodger hater, it's asinine. It's not close at all.
um, so, I don't know. What else? Let's, and then last segment makes you wonder. Did you have anything?
Uh, well, this kind of happened, I think, before, but there was obviously the whole situation with the United States men's national team in the soccer tournament. They overturned the red card, so the guy, so Folarin Baglin, whatever his name is, got to play in the game against Belgium just to get smoked. They overturned the red card, and it does kind of stir controversy. FIFA, mind you, was part of a big controversy like a decade or so ago, plus of like basically teams playing people off, paying the league off. Um, so now, you know, the president of the United States of the host country for the host team saying, yeah, let's go ahead and overrule this red card, saying he had an influence. FIFA deciding to do that for the first time, I'm pretty sure ever, at least in recent memory, does kind of stir a controversy of like, our sports tainted, our leagues tainted. Is it pay to win for every league, every sport? Uh, how does it? Do certain teams get favoritism based off of your political affiliation and your political quote unquote role models? I don't know, but that was definitely quite a doozy and a shocker decision. What if the U.S. went on to win that game and Ballerin went on to score a hat trick? You know?
Well, so I mean, so should they have reversed it? Reversed it?
No,
They should have
no,
just kept it, right? Because it kind
yes,
of ties in with the Open because um, they were talking to the RNA guys about, hey, have you gotten a phone call from Donald Trump yet about Bryson's penalty?
yeah,
Do you expect a phone call from the president? And then what are you going to do if you get a phone call from the president? So
yeah,
now you're getting the political part crossing over and making decisions or affecting decisions, which I don't think that should be any part of it, right? So if you're going to make a decision, if you're going to do a red card, you keep the red card. If it's going to be a technical foul, you're flagrant two, you hold the flagrant two. Or if you're going to penalize, someone for, enhancing their lie, then it's you stand your ground, and the penalty is going to be, there. It No one person or either from any country should be calling rules officials and say you need to overturn this, because then it's just going to open the doors for every country to doing it, right?
yeah. Now
So
listen, FIFA's disputed it and said he had nothing to do with that
yeah, but
overturn.
that's just a
But
bad look. I
I
mean,
mean, the president himself is saying, "Yeah, I had to call and make sure they overturned it."
yeah,
So now it's
of
like,
course he's going to say that. So I mean,
now it's a whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
or was at
So
least. But I still think, like, I saw that and it's like, okay, so now we can just influence sports. Um, and listen, whether you agree with the red card or not, that's a separate conversation. But at the end of the day, they gave it, and it's a big deal.
yeah.
It's a big deal, and the biggest tournament in the world. So I don't know. Made me wonder.
um yeah, no, absolutely. So I thought it was odd that I didn't put the two together where, but then as soon as, the whole Bryson thing came about, and then they asked, the rules guys, has Donald Trump called you yet? And I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. So it's like, he did it for FIFA and he overturned it. Now, what if he does it for Bryson and they overturn it? And it's just like, I think that would be a worse look than anything, right? Bryson should just take the two shot penalty, accept it, and move on. You know, you don't want someone else getting involved, and then for other players and every other organizations, whether it be soccer or whatever, it's just yeah, I just think that's a bad look. So um,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, so all right, guys, when are we back on the? What day
Second
are we
or
back
something.
on?
I
Is
think
it the
it's
second?
August 2nd. Is that what is this?
Yeah. So August 2nd, we'll have WNBA All Star Game. Will be over by then. Maybe might have a LeBron announcement. MLB will be going on. I think that might be about it for sports wise with that one. So,
Pretty
um,
much.
so yeah, you got anything else?
No.
All right. Keep us in tune and listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Peace out.